welcome to the Murphy Code. Now, there is going to be an episode 0 that's going to be coming out, and we'll explain the backstory to this campaign and all that stuff. However, there's a little bit I still need to edit on that, but that will be coming out on the YouTube channel, because I can't really upload it to Twitch. But yeah, it'll be coming out, and that'll cover the basics. But to bring you all up to speed, I have prepared a quick little audio segment for you.
Welcome, brothers, to your new job. You have no choice but to serve. This crash course will help you gain the knowledge to best serve our glorious emperor and ensure you are purged of any heretical thoughts. But first, a history lesson. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. 1,000 are sacrificed daily, so that his soul may live on eternally. To die in this manner, brothers, is to die for the might of the Imperium!
And the full context and full thing will be in session 0. But yes, we are doing Warhammer 40k, specifically Dark Heresy 2. This is a campaign set with the Inquisition. And we have 4 players here, and there is one little caveat I do have to mention. We're all brand new to this system, so there's going to be some little flubs, some little derps and stuff. I've never run a campaign, we've never played in this sort of campaign, so we might get things wrong, but what matters is we have fun along the way. With that said, it's time to introduce our team of I think it's called acolytes.
Yeah, acolytes.
Acolytes. That's the way. Language. So yes, the first acolyte. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Swear. Is Brad Limothy. Would you like to introduce your character, Becca?
Hello, it's me again, Becca, playing as Brad, who was meant to be a police officer, but he dropped out of college, and now he's here. Don't expect him to live very long. So yeah.
I mean, it is 40k.
Yeah.
Next up, we have our resident doctor, Lily.
Yellow. My name is Kira, and I'm going to be playing Lily, who is a child who got shunted basically into the medical career. And she's probably not supposed to be suturing people, but you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, she's dedicating her life to, the might of the Imperial. So, it's perfectly fine. Next up, we have Kane. No last name.
Kane was he designed a lot of prosthetic arms to help people who have been missing limbs in the past as a doctor. But instead, he changed his views afterwards whenever he lost his arm to the assault, ironically enough. And now he is trying to pursue knowledge.
Next up, we have Madame Louisia.
Yo, Ninja here. I made a slightly older, not grandmother-esque, but definitely up there in her years. She basically has had kind of like vision-esque powers since she was little. So she's somewhat kind of like wears a veil over her face because her eyes are a little more different than usual. She's very isolated and kind of cold. But I guess we'll get to know more about her as time goes by.
And then, finally up, last but not least, Owen, what up?
Hi everyone, me again, Pete. So, yeah, Owen here. If it isn't too obvious to tell, he's a member of the ecclesiarchy. Very, very, very faithful to the God Emperor. A lot of that mostly came from his faith sort of being reinforced after the assault on Det.
Yes, all of these people come from a small planet called Earth. That was a bit of a social experiment. They left it to its own devices, and it was doing fine until the orcs invaded. And now they're being integrated as the last group of survivors. There's about 20 or 30 that managed to survive the invasion. Oh, it's more than that, but from the city that they all came from. And with that, it is now time for you guys to meet your Inquisitor. You briefly met her when you all were, well, brought on board. You've seen too much, and so you were brought into the Inquisition under Inquisitor Fox. And in fact, after completing your arduous training, which has taken quite a few years, you are brought into a meeting room with a fox and your Inquisitor. So you're the next group, huh?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
Madam Inquisitor.
Before you guys ask, no, this isn't me. This isn't me. It's just another character that has red hair and is.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Go on.
You'll figure it out. So I want to let you all know that your lives are meaningless. Let's make that perfectly clear right up the bat. You're probably going to die in your first mission, and if you manage to survive that, then maybe I'll learn your names. Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Only in death does duty end, as they say.
Oh, this guy has the right idea. I liked him. You get 2 points out of 1,000, I think it is. Anyway, so I'm giving you an interrogator to go along with you, to show you the ropes and try and keep you alive. Because we do want more agents. It's just, well, the agents keep dying on me. Fortunately, I don't have that issue with my interrogators. And then she motions to the fox that has been sitting right next to you guys. You turn to look to the fox, and it smiles at you and says, "Well, hey there. I'm Interrogator Fox, number 27.
At this point, I stopped questioning things after the orc invasion. Eh.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny!
Yes, I am fluffy and dangerous.
Question, Madam Inquisitor.
Yes,
What form of Xenos is this?
she just chuckles at you and heads out of the room.
She's not going to answer any questions, is she?
No, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh well, ignorance is bliss.
So, are you ready to learn about your mission?
Might as well get this over with.
Okay, so we're going to be heading to a hive world. Well, a hive cities to be specific. Do you know what a hive city is? I mean, you are hillbilly hick, so I suppose you would know about them. But a hive city is a big city. Okay, you do know what a city is, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. We got that much covered. Good, good. So, we're going to be going to the hive city. And then we're going to be taking care of some form of mutant, I think it's called.
Mm,
But yes, your job on this planet, or your test mission, is to track down this mutant and, well, yes, kill it.
fair enough. Plain and simple.
Of course, we'll have to have you meet the captain who's gonna be taking you to to the to the city. Like, he's gonna drop us off, and yeah, bit of advice: don't mess with the captain. Like, he's literally the ship, so he could actually just straight up, you know, remove the oxygen and that sort of thing.
Mm,
Maybe we have reason to bother the captain. They're taking us over there.
Oh, that's a good point, I suppose. Well, shall we head to the ship?
Rat just nods. He knows he's probably going to die.
Ever onward in the Emperor's name.
So you're led by the fox through the ship, and you guys have been seeing these foxes around quite a lot. However, as you're walking, it's only now that you realize each one of them is probably an interrogator. And they all look exactly identical.
So, are you guys like clones or something? Out of curiosity.
That's one way to put it. We're actually a hive mind.
Ah. Okay then.
Yeah, there is one. Number one is the one that makes the rest of us, and the rest of us serve number one, who serves the Inquisitor.
How many of you
Alright
are
then.
there?
I don't know. They tilt their head for a moment. I think the last one, the highest number I've seen is probably 623.
Huh.
He has begun considering how to gather together all of the little foxes to make a giant cuddle pile.
We do die quite often, you see. Well, here's your captain. And the fox motions towards this tall, imposing man that's about 10 feet tall. And he's just staring at the fox disapprovingly. And he looks towards you all and says, "So you're the latest batch of recruits."
Yes, sir.
"Just don't damage my ship and we won't have a problem."
Understood, sir.
Emperor's mercy, he's as tall as an ogre.
He motions towards the hangar bay where there's some seats, and he steps onto a smaller shuttle. Like, it's not the massive ship that you guys have been training on, but a smaller shuttle that's probably got a crew of around 30 or so. It's not a big ship in terms of 40k standards. Like, it doesn't have an entire like colony living on.
Okay.
So you're strapped in, and as you're strapped in, you see folks trying to get towards the cockpit, and the captain just straight up kicks the fox back into the hangar bay and closes the door.
Ow.
They slide against the wall.
Oh no, puppy!
They look towards Lily, and then they go, "Ow, ow, ow! My paw! It's so hurt! Ow, ow!"
Lily immediately gets up and runs over to the quote-unquote puppy.
They fake a little limp as they air quotes hobble over to you.
Lily is going to begin checking the puppy's wound.
I require 50 cc's of petting.
Do that. Lily immediately starts petting the puppy. She's a little forceful because she hasn't quite gotten used to how to pet animals properly, but she's given it her all.
Despite the amount of force you're using, they seem to enjoy it.
Is this helping? Am I helping, puppy?
Yes.
I will pet her.
You pet them so much they start to become almost sort of like a pancake with each pet.
Lily eventually pulls back her hands, content with her work.
So
Well, she certainly. Go ahead.
the ship takes off and you guys start heading through space. You're free to explore the ship or talk to each other. But yes, this is the first time all of you have properly met. Like, you've seen each other around the ship, but this is the first time you've been brought together.
How did a kid like her get into this kind of mission anyway? He's mentioning Lily in particular.
Well,
Lily
she's a
has-
devo.
oh, sorry.
She's a dev. Go ahead.
You're good.
You sure?
Yes.
Alright. Well, she's a devoted young soul, of course. That's how.
Doesn't feel right to me.
So, you guys are sitting in the shuttle. Silence emanates. You see people walking to and fro. Like, there's no foxes on this ship except the one you guys brought in. In fact, you notice quite a few of the crew giving the fox a grimace as they pass.
Am I able to see why?
Let's see. That would be a roll. So you want to bring up a sheet, and
Okay.
I would say you can either ask them about it, which would be inquiry, or you can try an awareness check to see if you can determine what it would be.
I would prefer to use awareness.
Okay, so you're going to look around and trying to see if you can find something that would clue you into why they dislike the fox.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is click where it says awareness. And this would probably be add plus 20. Yeah, I think plus
Adds like a modifier plus 20.
Yeah, because this wouldn't be a difficult check, but it wouldn't be easy either.
Okay.
Okay. So you briefly get up and walk around the ship, and as you're walking you begin to notice a few signs with the fox on them. And as you walk over to examine one, you see when the interrogators are on the ship, the fox must not number 1, go in the cockpit. Number 2, scratch the walls. Number 3, scratch the furniture. Number 4, try to hotwire the ship. Number 5, complain about being fed. Number 6, and on and on and on.
Wow.
They're just a problem.
But yes, you return to the others, and like I'm saying this was like a couple of steps away. Like it wasn't right where you were, but you were able to get up and examine. So yes.
You're-
Yes.
Kane looks to the fox and then to the group shortly before going back to the fox. You're not very popular here, are you?
What do you mean? I'm very popular and fluffy.
Only famous would be a better word, I guess.
Oh yes, I am pretty famous.
Right.
Depends on what that fame gives you, dear.
You do realize you're talking to your boss here.
Louisa just stays silent and it just seems to be staring down at you. Doesn't seem like she really cares.
You know,
Understood, boss.
I could, for example, say, order you to go down into the sewers to search for the mutant that we're tracking down. Wouldn't that be fun? You know what? I think I'm gonna do that.
Wouldn't be a first for me.
Just grimaces. Now he understands everyone else's annoyance.
Let us
Well-
worry about our mission once we get there.
You all feel the ship. Sorry. You all feel the ship rock slightly as you guys enter the gravity of the planet and come down to land. The captain briefly exits the cockpit to come over and say, so we're conducting several investigations on this planet, and we're searching for things like heretics, mutants, and all that stuff like Zeno said. And one of the things that we found was a creature called a Sheila. We don't know where it's from. It's probably from the wall, or probably some mix of something from the wall burned to human. It's hard to tell. But your job is to track it down and get rid of it.
A Sheila.
Understood. Any clues as to what it looks like exactly?
Well, he glances towards the interrogator. Do you know what it looks like? And the interrogator goes, I could tell them, but at the same time I could not tell them. The captain just sighs and says, whatever, we'll be landing in 10 minutes. And he heads back into the cockpit and the door closes.
So, what?
So,
While we
do
learn,
you want us
yeah.
to kill this mutant or not?
That is the question now, isn't it? Do I want you to kill it, or do I want you to struggle to kill it? You know, maybe I want to test you all, test your skills, see if you can actually track it down yourselves. I mean, after all, you say I'm quite popular. I might be identified down there if I go there. I might cause them to not show up.
A boss is supposed to ensure that their underlings are successful, are they not? Because it does go back to them if their underlings fail.
He laughs at you.
I don't know. The puppy's got a point. I remember, like, Mom and Dad weren't around all that often. They have work stuff to do, and the puppy's pretty popular, and he seems busy, so he's probably got work stuff to do.
The only thing we know for sure is that if this Sheila is hostile, then we must not suffer it to live.
So then risk our own lives. Never mind. She just shrugs and then just goes quiet.
There you go. That's the right attitude to have. The fox claps their paws together. It's very cute. So in general, the creature is said to have a face filled with thousands of teeth, spikes along its back, and a tail.
Gonna take one of the teeth as a prize.
Giant toothy monster. God.
Yep. That's all we know about it.
Sounds like a monstrosity for sure.
Hopefully not something shotgun can't handle.
So yeah, you're going to go down there. You're going to try and find out where it was last sighted. And then we're going to go to where it was last sighted. And it's probably going to be in a sewer. So, yeah, you're going to need to put some boots on.
Mm. It's over to Luis. Luis, who is wearing a dress. But he says nothing.
Louisa still doesn't look as if she cares. She's just standing there quietly.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, let's get this investigation underway. And you feel the ship rock. The captain opens the door again just to say that they've landed. And the door opens and you guys get your first glimpse of a hive city.
Yeah. Bigger than I expected.
Yes, even the 4 scale is still too large. But I had to make them at least visible.
Yeah. But yeah, Owen just says, "Aye, isn't it glorious? A monument to the will and strength of mankind."
Right. It's more color.
Or their ego.
There's no
So-
soul to it. That's the issue I have.
So if you guys are going to go down to the lower regions, just be aware you'll need to get an oxygen mask. You can requisition one if you need to, but in general, just come back here if you need anything, and I think I'm gonna just, go find someone's window and scratch at the glass until they let me in.
Mm.
Bye bye, puppy.
They wave a paw and then say, if you have anything you need to do, you've got combis, you can always just radio in, okay?
Oh, like an oxygen mask.
Alright.
Okay, they turn towards the captain and say, oxygen masks, please. The captain reaches over towards a wall and pulls off an oxygen mask and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Gas mask, sorry, not oxygen mask. But same thing, basically. You know. So
Does everyone get one, or
you can get one if you want, or you can get one later. It's up to you.
later? I don't know if I'll need it or not.
Later.
I want one.
Alright, you get one. You don't have to put them on, you can just carry them in your inventory. So, you all step out into the air, and it smells like New York.
Yeah. Smells like home.
Certainly is a bit suffocating, but 'tis the industry of all things.
There's people walking about. The city is yours to explore.
Now then, let's get to interrogating.
After you.
Owen seems to almost stride forward with purpose as he gets to questioning people at random about if they've seen anything of the sort that's like the Sheila or just mutants in general.
Okay. Roll me. I think that would probably be interrogation. Yes. We'll say a +10 because you're gonna have some difficulty finding people who know exactly what you're looking for.
Right. Quick question. Interrogation works off of fellowship, correct? Yes?
It can work off willpower or fellowship. You need to click the drop down menu and change it to that.
Alright, yeah. Gotcha. So we are going interrogation with a modifier of +10, yes?
Yep.
Ouch.
Isn't that a good thing though?
I don't see his roll.
Yeah, I noticed that. His rolls must be set to whisper. I'll fix that up, but it's a failure with 3 degrees, so he very much failed badly. So you question the citizens, and as you're questioning them, you notice that they're being rather cagey. So you try to pressure one for information, and then one of the local enforcers walks out and starts striding towards you. They pull up their pants and go, okay, so we've been having some complaints about a group of people going around questioning civilians. Will that be you too, you guys?
Correction. I am the one who's questioning.
Mm-hmm.
Look, sure, we're just looking for any signs of a mutant so we can get rid of it.
Yes, well, I'm gonna have to ask you to not interrogate the civilians. It's seen as obstruction of the citizens. I'm also going to need to see some form of identification.
Well, we do have a form of identification. Where's that block? Where's Foe? Owen starts looking around to see if he can see our interrogator that came with us.
Yeah, the fox is gone.
Figures.
We work for Inquisitor Rex.
Inquisitor who?
Inquisitor Rex.
Rex?
You mean Fox?
Sorry, Fox, yeah. Ugh, what the
Okay.
hell's my head at?
The guard looks to you and he sort of pauses for a moment and then goes, "Oh, an inquisitor. And I need you to roll me, you can either roll command or intimidate or charm, either one of those."
I will go with command.
Okay. Before you roll it, let me see if I can figure out why. What's this?
Oh, I think I found why. There's a button on the character sheet that's just GM.
That must be it. Try it now. But yeah,
No
I'll give you
modifier.
I'll give you another +10, I think.
Alrighty tighty.
Okay. So you
Still don't see it.
don't?
Nope.
No, me neither.
Okay, well,
Yep.
I'll fix that up, but let me just there's the rolls there for everyone else, so you can see them here. And as for the rest of you, he succeeded with 2 degrees. So basically he succeeded, and the officer goes, "Oh, you're with the, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And you guys realize that he's suddenly really scared of you all. And he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was official inquisitorial business. Forgive. I'm really sorry about that. Well, how can we help you? What are you looking for in specifics?"
Well, rather kind of you to offer.
Yes, anything to help the Inquisition.
Right. We're looking for something called a Sheila.
Oh, you're after that mutant that's been killing citizens. We haven't really gotten to it because it's in the undercity area where the gangs and that live. So we haven't really gotten around to it because then we have to get it. We have to requisition the relevant forms to allow us to conduct a raid into a certain gang that occupies the area where it was last seen. And then we have to then also requisition the forms to allow us to go into the sewer system that is in that area. But you guys don't have to go through all those legal hoops, because you're the Inquisition. This solves a lot of issues, yes.
Ah, yes. Good old Ministorum.
Yes, we would be nothing if without it. So yes, he pulls up this large 3D map of the Hive City, and he has a data slate that he has it on, and you can basically, interact with it, zoom in, zoom out, but it's in 3D. And he brings your attention towards an area of the city, and I'm going to circle it for you. And he says, "Okay, so it was last seen in that general area. However, we don't know where it is specifically."
All right then.
He gives you a salute. And I trust this will. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you guys were the Inquisition. Please don't exterminate us.
Okay.
Hardly a reason to go exterminatus yet. After all, you're not infested with heretics yet.
Of course not. Of course not. He lets out a relieved breath and then says, "Well, I'll leave you to your investigation." And he then walks over towards one of the citizens that has been, just quietly watching you guys, but not really watching, but more just they had their eye on you because you've been asking around people, and they go over and whack that citizen on the head and says, "What were you thinking? They're inquisitors!" And they get into an argument.
We should leave them be.
And aye,
We got a mutant to hunt.
but since it seems like it hangs out in the Undercity, seems as though you two made the right choices in getting those masks. Maybe be prudent for the rest of us to get a couple.
Alright.
So,
Yeah, I'd say go ahead.
yeah, so you all get a gas mask. Okay.
Probably put that into gear.
I have a rebreather.
Maybe, yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah, rebreather is similar to a gas mask. I think. Or maybe it's for water. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that, but for now we'll say it is, but I'll double check that. I fixed Owen's sheet as well, by the way.
Thank you.
But yes.
Okay, Louisa just basically takes out her own breather out of her her own pack and then just puts it on silently.
Ah, dear sister is prepared. Wonderful.
She glances over to you. At least it seems like she does. You can barely see a little bit of like a blue S color underneath the veil she's wearing. As she just sighs as she goes, "Please do not call me that."
And why not? Aren't we all brother and sisters of the Imperium?
Her lips, which actually has some of what looks like skull tattoos on the sides of the corners of her, where her lip meet, seems she kind of frowns a little bit, but she doesn't beg you with an answer, yes or no.
Brad also has no comment.
Technically, we're not. You guys all have way different genetics. There's no way that we could get people with this many eye colors and this many hair colors from the same parents.
It's a figure of speech, dear girl. What I mean is we all serve under the Emperor's will.
And then she turns again, look a little, almost like as if she's glancing at you. More willing than others. Regardless, you can just call me Louisa.
Very well. Well then, Louisa. I am Owen of the Ecclesiarchy.
What
She
about
just gives a small nod in acknowledgement.
you, Neku? Have you been doing your own investigation? What have you been up to?
Okay, went to make sure the group's in eyesight, and he would just be actually watching, looking around. That's all he
Okay.
does.
You can roll me, we'll say, an awareness check then.
Alrighty. Any modifiers in this or no?
Plus 20. You're just having a look around, so yeah.
Now, I do have a check mark in awareness. Does that matter for this or no? Does it?
It adds it automatically.
Okay.
See, your modifier is plus 20.
God damn, my boy.
But yeah, the check mark basically makes it added automatically, and that's for when you've got it. But depending on how difficult the check is, I'll add. Basically, if I add to a modifier, that's basically making the DC lower to put it in D&D terms.
Got it. I get it.
So, you look around. You're, checking out the officer who's currently like radioing in to let the rest of the force know that an inquisitor is in the area and to keep a watch out on for these people because they're just doing inquisitorial business. You know, he's basically saying, look, they're just with the Inquisition. You don't have to do anything with them. And as he's doing that, you notice that there's a figure covered in thick tattoos down one arm. Like, it almost looks like a snake is trying to swallow his arm from the tattoo. And he's got no hair, but these very, very dark sunglasses on. And he's wearing a tank top and, you know, just some boxes. And he's got his arms folded, you know, he's leaning against the wall and watching this police officer as they quite audibly explain that the Inquisition is here. And then you notice him sort of grimace a bit and then walk down an alley.
Almost like a mechanical whirling came from him, and then he just kind of starts walking towards the alley,
Okay.
glancing to the other shortly after, and as if like making a motion to follow.
What, you got something?
Depends, but right now we're about to be discovered pretty easily.
We're looking for a mutant. You know that, right?
I also know the mutants with the gang probably if it's on any other dark ride.
That's all. That's always how this goes. It's never just one. It's always a gang of heretics.
Well, speaking Euro terms, then heretics are always in numbers. They're never singled out. And then Kane starts walking in.
So you walk into the alley. Do the rest of you guys follow?
Yep.
I feel like this is a really bad idea.
Alright. You guys walk into the alley and you see the guy turning at the end of the alley. And you begin to follow him. Now, are you trying to do this stealthily or are you just openly letting him know that you're following? Are you trying to be discreet?
I'll try to be discreet about it.
Alright. Then I want you all to roll me a stealth check with a plus 20. And stealth is down in the operate section if you scroll down.
Here we go.
With a plus what? You did a robot on me a little bit.
Plus 20.
Okay.
And that's for everyone to roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Oof.
Boy.
So, let's see. So, Lily and Kane both managed to, you know, keep their footsteps low and not make too much noise. However, Brad kicks a can accidentally into Louisa, who sort of stumbles on it, and there's a loud thunk as she has to lean against the wall to stop herself from falling over.
Can I do a little bit for this? If
Sure.
that's okay. I would like Kane to be able to use the arm to kind of jump up and kind of cling on the wall a little bit with it. Is that all right, or no?
So you
one of
want
the
to try and cling onto the wall.
Yeah, as a method of hiding in the alley, unless they look up. Like use the noise as a muffler.
Okay, that would probably be acrobatics.
Okay.
But it's not really something you can practice for, so I'd say no modifier for this.
Okay.
Like you're not you're not someone who was performing in a circus, so.
Okay. Figure I asked.
So you can roll acrobatics, it just won't be with. Oh, did you just roll it? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So you try to jump up, and you reach for something to help lift you up, and as you grab it, it snaps off, and you fall to the ground with a thud.
Okay.
The man with the snake tattoo turns and looks and stares at you all, and then he just sort of grimaces again and then says, "Hey, what can I help you with? Please, it was."
She just pokes her head out and goes, I like your arm thingy. Is it a snake?
Yes.
How'd you get it?
Painfully.
I want one.
So yes,
Oh,
the guy is now aware of your presence and he's looking at you all. What do you do?
Well, no need to hide anymore, it seems.
Louisa gives a bit of a huff, sounding very annoyed as she corrects herself, standing back up and dusts off her dress a bit.
No need to be so fearful, my friend. Come over here. We've got a few questions we'd like to ask.
The man reaches into his pocket and shows that he's got a gun on him before slapping it back in and folding his arms and saying, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. What do you want?"
Did you just threaten
Looks to Kane. He's got a gun.
and he just threatened us?
I think it's more like he's scared about something.
What did you guys do?
Oh, and correct. You sound like a loudmouth of sorts. I'll allow you to deal with this. I'll just follow your lead.
Very well then. Owen does step forward, his hands out, his wrapped up hands out to show that he's not reaching for any kind of weapon that he has on him. He says, look, my friend, there's no need to be so worried. You don't give us a reason to do anything, and we won't do anything to you in turn. As I said, all we have is just we want to ask a few questions.
You say that, but you were stalking me.
Hello?
I'm getting a lot of robots.
Okay.
Well, my connection is completely green, so I think it's your net.
Well, you say that, but my connection's completely green too, so I just know what's going on, so I refresh.
Eh.
Let me see. Everyone's coming in clear on my end.
Alright, good.
Well, anyway. Owen says, well, you slink off so suspiciously. What are we supposed to think?
He just stares at you and goes, "I left after leaning against a wall. How is that suspicious?"
Well, you see, well, from my understanding, actually, no, Kane wouldn't have told him that.
Looks to Kane. This was your idea, bud.
Very well. Kane steps forward a bit. In
Okay.
front of Owen. I'm the one that spotted you, so I guess I'll start talking instead, since you're willing to comply for that much. I understand that You might be a. I'm assuming from based off your tattoo and markings that you might have been to the Undercity for a little bit. Am I correct to assume that?
Yeah, what? Uh, hold on, sorry. What gave that away? He just sort of responds sarcastically.
We wouldn't be so sure. We're not from the city. We like a little bit of an inside help if we can get that. And that's why I followed you. Trying to help people save lives here. I'm not here to take them.
You inquisitive types don't fool me. I know what you're really here for.
Didn't do it for me because I do not know otherwise.
You just want to take out our gang. Make us all suffer. Take our bitches.
It's a lot of hate in your town. I'm used to that. His arm then kind of slams onto the ground in front of him for a little bit. I lost something precious of mine too. Not too sure about your life. I'm not going to ask for it. Just want to ask for a little bit of insight, or at least keep our name discreet as much as we can for a while. We're not here to take out your gang. We're here to take out one person.
Mutant.
It's a bit late to beat the state. Your friend there, the officer beats a lot. The man spits on the ground. He just told the entire Hive City, didn't he? Bit late for that.
I guess you're right on that, isn't it? He makes a small smile to that. Then I guess we'll work quickly, won't we?
Alright. I want you to roll me a charm check, Niku. No modifier. Okay. Success. The man passes his lip and then just goes, fine, I won't tell the boys that you're here, but they're gonna find out.
I can't understand a word, I'm sorry.
Fine, I won't tell the gang that you're here.
Yeah, he said he won't tell the gang, but they will eventually find out.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Then best be careful not to come after us, because we are tracing a mutant. Even unless you want to assist us with dealing with it, then perhaps best to stall or not follow us long as possible.
You're going into gang territory, they're gonna shoot at you. You don't just walk into a gang's territory. That's like saying, hey, shoot me.
Wow.
We do as we please to stamp out the mutant influence.
This is why I don't like you inquisitive types. The man spits on the ground again.
We asked enough already, guys. Think we can move on. We know where we need to go. As long as we comply long enough, I'm happy with the result we got here.
Right. Let's move out.
Keep on living, young man.
He just sort of waves his arms in a very annoyed motion and just starts walking once more. Yeah, I'll do that. I was doing that before you got here. I don't need your permission. And he walks
Brad
off.
just rolls his eyes.
Yeah, you guys are in an alleyway.
We have that map, right?
Do any of you have a data slate?
I do.
Did you download the map?
I did not.
So no, you don't.
Okay.
Let's backtrack a little bit. And figure out our positioning at the moment.
Lily needs the map. Lily needs to put on a bunch of games onto her fancy iPad.
Make sure to always bring a map.
What do you guys want to do now?
Brad is going to head directly to the site.
Yep.
Okay.
Same.
So, it is a high city, so you're going to need to roll. I know there's some sort of navigation.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh no. Let me see if I can.
Maybe making an awareness check.
No, I was trying to figure out how to solve Neku's issue, but I don't have the issue, so I can't really solve it on my end.
Maybe swap the server.
There's a navigate. You see the section that says navigate and then surface? That's the check you want. So since you guys don't have a map, you're not going to get a bonus. You did briefly see it, so I'll give you maybe a +5 because it is a hive city.
Right. Okay.
So anyone who wants to can roll that.
Yeah. I heard the word navigate and I heard the word surface, so I think that's all I just did.
We are really bad with directions. Luis? Luis,
I'm
what?
still figuring this out. Sorry. There we go.
We are really bad at directions.
Let me see if I can settings.
Uh,
US Central. Alright, you guys are gonna get kicked for just a second. Don't worry about it. Is that better, Nick?
Hello, hello.
don't know yet.
Okay, well that's the best I can do. Anyway, so you all are now very lost. You have no idea where you are.
Okay, admittedly, I'm starting to see why, yeah, you considered everything just kind of lifeless. It makes it a little hard to find our way.
Alright. Brad is going to look around for any kind of map, some kind of info thing, sign, anything.
We've only got a little while left, Deku. I know it's difficult, but you can always just rewatch what you missed. but yeah, it's
I-
definitely on your.
I don't know if I can even hear a roll. I can't hear the setting. It's gonna be really hard for me. Like it is like roll.
Try restarting your router then.
Okay.
All right. Well, Nephew's doing that. I'm sorry about that, Becca. Would you repeat yourself?
Okay. Brad is going to look around for any signs or info maps, anything of the sort with directions.
All right. You can roll another navigate check, but this one's gonna be -10
Ooh, okay.
because you were lost.
-10. Okay. Wow, I'm bad at this.
I am doing the modifiers, right? Aren't I? 8. My modifier 5 means the tally is 13. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I was doing that right. So yeah, there is indeed a sign, and it does indeed list places and things, but you have no idea what those places and things are.
All right. So, does there look like a police officer or at least some guy in charge nearby?
Alright, that would probably be some sort of perception check. So, awareness.
All right. Awareness. Do I get any modifiers because we talked to that guy previously who
Actually,
so I could identify his uniform?
Actually, no. Awareness is more for looking around and awareness. So it would be actually just be straight perception. So you just look perception.
Okay.
But no, because you guys are lost. In fact, it would be more accurate to say I should give you a -10 to it.
Okay, so I'll just roll that again.
No, it's fine.
He still got it.
I was just saying that I should probably do it, not that I was going. So, you look around a bit, and you don't see a police officer, but you do see someone giving a car a parking ticket.
Owen just walks up to him and taps his shoulders.
He looks over at you.
Do you happen to have a map on you?
Yes, I do. What do you need it for?
Wonderful. Just a moment. Little girl!
Hello.
Come over here, please.
Oh yeah. Billy runs over.
Ah, I see. You need a map of the city. And he brings out his data slate, taps on it a bit, and then, you know the Bluetooth symbol? It basically hovers in the air and he offers it, and you tap the two data slates together, there's a downloading action, and then blip! You now have the map. You're on slate.
Many thanks. You've helped a great deal.
He nods and says, Alright, remember to park your cars in the designated zones. And he goes back to writing the parking ticket.
Now then.
We don't even have a car.
All the more reason for him not to give us a ticket.
Hmm.
Now then. Lily, that little girl, if you'd be so kind.
Oh yeah. Lily pulls out her slate, shows it to everybody.
Alright. So you're gonna need to do another navigate service check. But Lily, you get a +10 to it. Because you have the map. You can always give it to another person, but only one person can have the +10. And the reason it's only a +10 is because it's a hive city and you're on foot.
Ah, jeez.
So,
So we're all just rolling navigate surface again.
yep.
All right.
Wow, we really suck at this.
Lily cannot read maps. She can do surgery, but she cannot read maps.
Crippling over specialization.
Alright. Who are we missing?
Neku.
Kane, who is no longer here.
Yes. I only saw the 3 rolls, so I was like, hold on, is there someone missing? No, I know Neku's not there. So you guys follow the map, carefully doing your best to follow it, and Louisa, being the one that rolled with the least amount of failure, you realize you've passed the ship dock that you guys arrived at 3 times now.
Louisa
already
notices,
hate this
stops for a
place.
second, and she goes, 1 second. We're going in a circle.
Oh no, I got this. I'm following the map.
She walks over to Lily and reaches out to like slightly pat her head. Skin definitely a lot more different than everybody else's. And she goes, I'm sorry, dear, but unfortunately we are going in a circle.
Oh. But I did all
We really
the map
are bad with
stuff,
directions,
right?
aren't we?
Man-made cities can be hard to travel through if you're not local.
Owen is just sort of off to the side, mumbling to himself. Like, the Emperor rewards patience. The Emperor rewards patience.
Does someone else want to take the map then?
So what are you guys gonna do?
Eh,
All right, so
Don't know. I'm still learning how this works.
who has the highest intelligence?
or perception. I have a 30
Irene.
perception.
Let me put it like this. Okay. Pretend it's D&D. What would you do if you were lost?
We just
Maybe-
did, and we all failed on it.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, we need a guide.
We
Someone who-
desperately need a guide.
Alright, well, you're back at the ship, and you do have your radio on you. No, your combi.
So do we call Fox then? No, never mind. They don't have one. Never mind. I'm like what were we
I
using radio
have
to
an
call?
idea.
They do have one. That's why they said you could always reach them on the combi. The combi is basically like a small little airpod. To put it simply. Like, yeah, folks can be reached, is what I'm saying, if that's what the route you want to take.
You had a plan, Becca?
Yeah, I have a plan. Brad is going to pick up the radio.
Okay.
He turns it on and goes, "This is ground team. We're in need of assistance with navigation. Over."
you get two replies. The first is from the captain of the ship, who goes, "What sort of navigation do you need?" And the second is from Fox, who says, "Oh, did you get lost?" Ah, that's hilarious.
We're gonna need a bird's eye view of the area. We have a set destination, but yes, we are lost. Over.
A bird's eye view won't help you with Hive City. I'll be right over. I'll help you all out. And Fox then goes, "Oh, over."
Roger that.
So, about 5 minutes later, there's a crash from a window breaking, the sound of dog barking, and then Fox walks out and ritual.
Alright.
So, where are you trying to get to? I imagine you've found some information out there?
Lily, the map, please.
Lily brings out the pad again.
Folks,
Where was taking us to the right place?
Fox looks to it and then nods and then says, "Ah, yes, we'll need to requisition a vehicle for that then." And they reach for the radio and then they go, "Alright, turn it to this frequency. Attention officers, can we please requisition?" And there's a discussion that happens, and then you will, "Hey, we're going." Has that fixed it?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
So all you've missed is they got lost, and now they've gone to your interrogator Fox to get some help.
Okay.
So a discussion briefly happens, and then Fox puts their radio back in their fur. Like, it just sort of sinks into it rather creepily, and then they smile and say, "Good news! I have purchased us the vehicle."
Alright.
A moment later, this rusted van with one window smashed and one of the back doors hanging ajar drives over and is parked. The back doesn't have any additional seats. It's only got the front two. Old searches to it and then says, "Yeah, this should be able to work as cover, so they won't know you're coming."
So who's riding in the boot?
Otto gets in the back, or not? King gets in the back.
So you all pile into the car and Volks hops in the front, and they're in the driver's seat, but then they move to the center and they motion their paw towards one of their devices and says, "This has built-in navigation. You just have to follow the instructions there on the road and it'll take you right there."
Alright. I guess I can drive.
Wonderful,
I
because I
drive.
certainly can't.
So this time it'll be a singular navigation check, but you get a plus 30. Because you got the GPS and the navigation.
Okay. There we go.
Wait. That's still a failure.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a big failure, so there's not any big penalty, but you did still fail the check. So you guys are following the navigational tool. However, you run into some roadworks and you have to try and make a detour. So you make that detour and that throws the map off, and then you have to put in the location again. And then you run into another bit of a detour because there's more roadworks in the detour you were using to get around the roadworks. And by the time you manage to get to that part of the city, it's now night.
You know, Lol, I think you may have cursed this game by calling it the Murphy Code.
Yeah.
Everything wrong. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Oh, yes, you have made it to the area. Like, you're driving in a middle city area at the moment. Like, you can get down to the lower city, but most of the roads are in the upper city where it's, not covered in toxic smoke. But yes, you have made it to that area of the city that was indicated to you. It is now nighttime, so bear that in mind for any checks you make to perceive things.
Well, it took the entire day, but we're finally here. Shall we start investigating?
So, Folks speaks up and because Folks came with you guys and goes, "Wait, where are we going to park?"
Hmm.
Is
Has
it?
to be some kind of parking
I'm-
area somewhere.
I need you to make one more navigate check with a plus 20.
Oh my god. Eh. Eh.
You drive around for an hour. As a reminder, you guys haven't eaten all day, by the way. And you can't find a single open parking spot. You try to find somewhere, like you look around, you're looking, and then you think you see somewhere and you go to drive in and get it, but then someone with a moped comes in and takes the spot before you. Do you keep looking?
At this point, Brad is a little bit infuriated. And he just goes, screw it. And finds any kind of parking space, even if it's gonna be,
Can we just park on a curb or something?
yes.
So, you manage to find a bit of the road that's basically a driveway, and there's a bit there that says "Do not obstruct" in bright red letters. But you drive in there and you park, and you turn off the engine.
Let's just get this over with quick.
Corpse starch really sounds about nice right about now.
Still think,
Oh,
still think the city is great.
dark and I'm tired and I'm hungry. I don't want to shoot stuff now.
I agree. Let's finish the job and get some food.
I would say we
well.
do the food first here. Not exactly a good idea for us to go in to a dangerous situation without being fully prepared.
Owen just looks to folks and says, "Can we requisition food before we get this done?"
Why?
Folks looks to you all and says, "Well, all right, let's get some takeout." So you all head to the nearest little fast food joint, and it turns out to be this sort of Chinese style food that has eyes in it. But it's quite good. The eyes are quite juicy.
At this point, Brad just doesn't care anymore.
Lily takes a bite out of one eye, kind of like grimaces at the squish, and slowly eats everything else and starts piling her eyes onto other people's plates.
They taste like marshmallows.
Ah, never mind.
She starts doing the 40k chubby bunny challenge.
She does the exact opposite and tries stealing other people's eyeballs.
There you go. But yeah, you guys eat, and as you're eating, you feel focusing on what you've discovered, and they say, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge to get down there, mainly because they tend to shoot on sight, but we could always take one of the sewer entrances in the upper city and make our way down there. It would be a bit more of a trek, but it would be fairly safe, a lot safer.
Well, we've already covered about 1/6 billionth of this city. What's another 1/6 billionth?
So you want to go the safer route?
Honestly, at this point, well, my personal opinion is yes, we should.
We are going into dangerous situations, so might as well take what we can for the safe route.
Fine.
Rob's nods and then says, alright, well, in that case, I suppose, do you want to start it in the morning, or do you want to just go right now?
You can go right now. It won't be the eyes.
Sleepy.
Let's get the investigation finished up, then we can figure out what to do in the next morning.
Just be aware that this is going to give you a bit of fatigue. Because you've been driving all day, and now you're continuing on. So if you do continue on, you're going to get 1 point of fatigue.
Okay, we'll just take a rest.
Fair enough.
Alright. She looks, smiles at you and says, alright, well, let's sleep in the car then. I mean, unless you want to try and make our way all the way back to the ship.
No.
Yeah, I've slept on worse.
Looks curls up in, the little glove box area that goes between the front seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Folks curls up in that, and you all get a very, very uncomfortable night's sleep.
Louisa doesn't sleep for a good majority of the night. She's pretty much almost awake for almost the whole night.
You all wake with bad pains in stiff joints to the sound of something being slapped onto the front window of your car. It's a parking.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There's a second slap as another parking ticket is placed on your car. It's time for sleeping in your car.
I hate this place.
The Inquisition will pay for it, I'm sure.
So, you're head towards the nearest entrance to the sewers, and Fox does some talking, and you're all given these hazmat-looking suits that cover you up completely, but don't cover up enough that you're never going to completely get rid of the smell. Like, they cover you up, but they also still have the smell from the last times they were used. And they assure you they've been cleaned.
Sacrifices we do.
I smelled worse when they were training me.
Fox gives a bit of a wave and then says, "Alright, well, good luck in there. I'll wait for you all here."
Okay. Now we get this out of the way.
And once again, you're handed a map.
God damn it.
Lily?
Yeah. Oh, right. I have to take that. Lily like pulls out her thing again.
Bleep. So, a thick and heavy vault-like door is slowly opened with a mechanism, and as it's opened, the smell of it smells like the place has never been cleaned inside in 100 centuries.
God.
Charming.
Oh, that smells like shit.
Yeah, well, most of it is, dear. Good luck in there.
The Emperor tests us in strange ways.
You're given gas mask because you are going down into lower levels, but even then, it's still And you step in, and as you step into the water, you see eyes glinting, and then there's little as small creatures skitter away, and they say, and the person on guard duty calls out and says, "Oh, don't worry about those things. You just need to worry about for the ones that fight back, eh? And if you want to kill some mutants on your path, go for it."
Alright.
Owen just kind of silently pulls out his stub revolver.
The door begins to close behind you. And then
Brad
it
paused the
shuts.
shotgun.
You guys do have torches and the light. So, you know, you can see.
I have something called glow sticks.
That's cigarettes.
It's cigarettes.
Oh,
Okay.
I of course do have a glow globe which projects light in a 12-meter radius, and it lasts for 5 hours.
So yes, you guys do have light.
Yeah. Louisa looks over to you and she kind of pulls up on her own as well as like a silent recognition that she too has one and can offer it once yours runs out, depending on how long we're down here.
Alright. So now it's time for another navigation check.
Ah.
Hooray!
Also, just be aware, navigation can use intelligence or perception. In case you didn't realize that. Now, if you have a map, it's not as difficult as the Hive City, so I will give you a plus 20. And you all may roll it.
Finally.
So, you guys managed to navigate fine at first. Then Lily trips, and their data slate falls into the muck.
No.
and their hair becomes absolutely drenched in things that when you were getting when things that you were born will probably require shots for.
Uh,
So, Lily, you are now filthy, and your data slate is covered in filth, and you can't really see the map anymore. But
pulled her out.
you did manage to make it to the lower levels, and you're not entirely sure where the exit is, but you all may roll a navigation check with a +10. And if one of you gets a success, you will be able to find your way.
Hmm.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Owen, I'm afraid to say you also fall in. And you unfortunately fall into a bit that burns a bit like acid.
Ah. This sucks.
Louisia, you managed to keep them on track, and you will find the next entrance. This one has been left open. And you guys had the gas masks on. But yes, the entrance to the sewers in the lower 5 has been left open. So you're able to walk out. And it's not fresh air because you guys have to wear the mask, but it's not the sewer air. So it's a slight improvement.
There we are. Despite a few fumbles, how's everybody doing?
I-
Your hair.
Quite frankly, I'm ready to start smashing someone's head in.
Fortunately for you, there seem to be some guards. They turn and look at. They seem to be there just mostly to take care and dissuade any mutants. And as you guys exit, half your party covered in mud, they pause a bit and go, "Hey, don't some of those mutants look a bit human?" And nah. They're probably just mutants like the others. And they aim their guns and prepare to fight.
We're not.
What? We're here on inquisitorial duty.
And that is where we will end the session.
Oh my god.
So, what do you guys think of 40k?
I feel as though I am living the 40k experience.
Yep.
Are you guys having fun?
Yeah, even though we're failing miserably, I'm having fun.
That's favorite moment?
Hmm.
I don't think I have one just yet because I'm still figuring this out.
Ox pancake.
Okay.
Alright, then with that, we will wrap this session up here, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye!
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.